Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 30th, August 31st, 2023 Blue Moon reading for you. Now, it depends on where you are in the world, if this moon is on the 30th or the 31st, but I do ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out immensely, gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below, as will there be a link to my website, daneharttarot.com, if you want a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or an animal healing. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Okay, Aries, just to let you know, while the singing bowl was doing its thing and singing, there was just such a feeling of calm and happiness that came through. So just know that Spirit is saying energetically, you are very, very sensitive to the energy of things. This blue moon, this super moon, you're going to be very, very sensitive to it. It's in Pisces, okay? So it's a super sensitive blue moon that is calling to you, especially if you're born on the cusp with Pisces. Just be aware of that. Things can feel rather overwhelming. It can be a very intense time, but listen to things that vibrate with you. Okay. Singing bowls, chanting, um, like you physically chanting, doing a meditation or singing in a way that's very chanting, rhythmic will be very, very, very beneficial to you. And having that energy around you is just going to be a really great thing. Okay. So let's see the energy that we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. So we have two. We have the Princess of Swords. Somebody's trying to twist our words, and the Three of Pentacles around what we have built or around what we're building. They're trying to take the credit for it. They're trying to say, oh, look what I've done. There can also be a blockage around the throat chakra. You can almost feel like you can't catch your breath or your words aren't having the power that you want them to. So just know that around here, there's a sense of somebody trying to steal your glory, trying to steal your power during this time. And this moon is all about letting yourself shine. Let yourself shine. Know that this energy is there. Cool. Okay. I'm aware of it. Forewarned is forearmed. That's why we do the energy to be aware of cards. But you are stronger than they are. They're coming through as the Princess of Swords, right? The Princess of Swords, very immature energy. Very immature energy. It's a person who thinks that they're super smart, who thinks that they're super cunning, all right? And they're just not. They're just not. Their emotions tend to trip them up. They speak too much. They get themselves in a bit of a pickle. So just be aware of that. Yeah, blockages around the throat chakra, but also around the third eye. This person doesn't see things very clearly, has a way of being this is a rather self-destructive person. So be aware of that. It will come through. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants us to be aware of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Harmony. Yeah, that's it. That's why you resonated so well with the singing bowl. That sense of harmony, that sense of beauty, that sense of things coming together, but really harmonizing your energy and knowing that a harmony is going to be one of the most powerful things for your energy is going to be so important for you. Harmony is so important. So let's see what the tarot has to say. angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay. All right. All right. So there's a no answer, but there's going to be nuance to that no answer. So if you came for a yes or no answer, it feels like you've gotten a no, but there's a real sense of lies being revealed and things changing around this energy during this time. Okay. And there's a release of worry as you're claiming your power. You're actually kind of outwitting this person, this energy over here that's trying to silence you and trying to drown you. So do be aware of that. It's a little bit tricky, but you are more than capable of it, more than capable of handling, more than capable of moving things forward, more than capable of going after what you want. You're astoundingly strong. And I know the first instinct right now is that sense of, Dean, I don't want to be strong anymore. I don't want to have to be this strong. And my gosh, do I completely get that? But this moon is the biggest and the brightest moon of the whole entire year. This moon highlights things in such a way that we can't run away from it. And we're learning that we are our heroes. And there's a sense of, I can't run away from that. I have to own that warrior within me, even if I didn't ever want to. We're crowned by the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is patience. I just hit my mic. The Seven of Pentacles is slowly and steadily and carefully building things, building ourselves, moving things forward. And it's very much a big deal. We are having prosperity with us, okay? We're carrying the bags. It's full of it. But we're going to be surprised during this moon, during this time with Pisces, with the new moon, not the new moon, with the full moon, the super moon, the blue moon at 7 degrees of Pisces, with the sun at 7 degrees of Virgo. We're going to be surprised at the prosperity that's coming our way. We're going to be surprised at the bounty that's moving itself forward. We're going to be looking at things very differently than before. It's kind of like we planted our crops and we thought, oh, okay, that's the way they're going to grow because that's the way potatoes grow, right? But it's coming up differently. It's kind of like we've moved things indoors. We've changed up things, and we're going to be surprised at the prosperity that comes forward and the way that prosperity comes forward during the supermoon and during this time, and even throughout the rest of the year. It's like, oh well, I didn't think it was going to be like that, or oh, I didn't know it was going to be like this. So do be aware. Just I'm getting kind of excited here, and Spirit is having me move quicker, so I'm trying to calm that down. But what Spirit is saying is, you had things set up in your mind, right? It's going to be this certain way. And that's kind of going out the window a bit. It's not saying don't plan, but there's that kind of battle between the Virgo sun and the Pisces moon. And the Pisces moon is like, hey man, go with the flow. Go with the flow. See where it takes you. Life is an adventure. And Virgo is like, I want a plan. I want a chart. I want things calculated and calibrated to the very second, if not better than that. And here with the Seven of Pentacles, as you're watching things grow and develop and come into their own, they need to take a life of their own. And it's going to take you on a bit of an adventure, even if you don't want one. With the star card, the star represents Aquarius. Now, this full moon is conjunct Saturn, right? And that's very powerful. And we'll get into this more later. We're trying something new here, me and my collaboration with Spirit. I'm trying to put in the astrology at the end so we can link it all together and see how it all plays out instead of at the beginning. So let me know what you think of that. But with this Aquarius energy, the full moon conjunct Saturn is physically in the stars of Aquarius. And that's the water bearer. We don't have it here, but the oldest iconography, okay? The oldest symbolism is of the zigzags that make up the sign of Aquarius. And that's a sign of water. It's the water bearers. It is a sign that dates back 40,000 years. And it's the living waters. It's our blood. It's surging forward, connecting with ourselves, connecting with the earth. And that's going to be a big deal for us. There's a real sense of power, of connection coming forward and healing coming into our lives. The stars are also our dreams and our wishes. And that sense of, well, what do I want? For so long, we have been looking at what needs to be done. How do I take care of the crops? How do I move things forward? How do I get things to where they need to be? We haven't stopped and say, well, what do I really wish for? And a lot of us, Aries, are going to find that cognitively, what we've been going after, with that sun in Venus, what we're seeing we're going after, not Venus, that sun in Virgo, seeing what we're going after is combating the moon in Pisces. What does our heart really want? What is our heart leading us towards? Where do we want to be? And it moves us to the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is the warrior queen. She's the most masculine of the queens as well. So, some people don't like the Queen of Swords. I actually think she's really quite fantastic. The Queen of Swords is cutting through doubts and fears and negativity, saying, this is who I am, this is what I own, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, this is what I've trained for, lived for, this is what I'm going after. It's also recognizing our own strength and our own worth. The swords are the only weapon in the whole entire tarot. And it's a weapon that we can easily identify. It was also a weapon that denoted class and wealth back in the day. So here we have power, we have authority, we have determination, and we have focus. We also have white, which is connecting us with our crown chakra. Okay? And that's also connecting us with the lung energy, okay? In Qigong, the lung energy, the sense that we're moving into autumn, right? And that sense of embracing the lungs, embracing our voice, and centering ourselves. That's going to be a really big deal. The swords are also, embracing our voice, embracing our minds, embracing what we think and what we want and how we're moving forward. We're cutting through another person's illusions and delusions. And that's going to be a very big thing. We're also cutting through maybe even some of our own illusions and delusions, but I really see this as somebody else's dreams projected onto us that do not represent reality at all. And it's like, you know what? No. And you know what? I'm a warrior. And we're stepping into that energy with power and determination. During this full moon, okay, the super moon, this blue moon, this intense moon that ends in a very intense month, there's that power that the moon brings, a fight, flight, or freeze. We can be very overwhelmed by this moon. Okay, this is a rare and powerful connection with our emotions, with our intuitions, with our spiritual selves. It brings profound healing, but it can be very overwhelming. Very, very overwhelming. And what we're seeing here is that unlike others, we'll see others freeze. We'll see others run away. We'll see others, move towards, a rigidity of self or an addiction. And we can, if we have these tendencies within ourselves, we can too. But there's also this spitfire, I'm going to fight. I'm going to go after what I want. I know what I've trained for. I know what I've sacrificed for. I know why I'm here. Energy that's also coming forward, and we're crowning ourselves with it. It's like I'm putting on the crown, I'm picking up the swords, and I'm going to be, like Boudica, right? That queen that said, you are not going to destroy me. Or even if you are, I'm going to take as many of you down with me as humanly possible. And that's what she did when she rose up against the Romans. So here, there's that sense of, I'm going to go after what I want, what I need, and what's important to me. And some people won't like you for it. They'll call you a witch, but with a B. And that's okay. That's okay. Because you're stepping into your strength and you're leaving behind a lot of worry, a lot of fear, a lot of things that you thought, oh no. It's like, I'm just hearing, oh no, type of energy here with the Nine of Swords and the sun reversed. We're releasing a lot of worry. This moon is showing us where we stand, what we stand for, what we love, what we want. The happiest card in the whole entire deck, well, is the sun. And it reversed. It's like, well, okay, that happiness was shattered. Or that hopefulness was turned into heartbreak. And now I'm going to take lemons and I'm going to make lemonade with it. I'm moving forward for me, for what I need, for what I want. And I'm not doubting myself anymore because the Queen of Swords doesn't doubt herself. She steps into her energy. She steps into herself. And this is going to be a time which is very, very, very true to this moon, where a lot of lies are being shown. Deceptions, lies, hurts, pains, disappointments. And we're like, it feels like a kick in the teeth first. And then we're like, you know what? I need to see it. I need to see it because I can't change it. I can't change what happened, but I can step into my fierceness. I can step into my power. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. No holds bars. This is me. This is what I need. This is what I want. And I'm done with the lies. I'm done with the lies that, made me feel weak or small or like I couldn't. And I'm done with the lies that others are telling me. And we're going to find out that people have been lying to us. It's not something we want to know. And it doesn't have to be exactly on the 30th or the 31st. It can be well before that or after it. But it's this spotlight. It's this power. It's our energy change that's also bringing it forward. And we're like, oh, okay, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me type of thing. It's like, oh, okay, I see it now. And there's something here where it was like that hopefulness, that sense of everything can kind of be like a storybook. And Disney, all work out happily ever after type of energy. It's like, oh no, now it's a battle. But it had always been a battle. But now I'm prepared. I don't think it's going to be that happily ever after. I'm fierce and I'm determined. And that's going to be something where I know Aries, it's like, oh, okay, well, thanks. This isn't that, excuse me, that soft, quiet moon that we might want. But it's that fierce moon. It's that determined moon that we absolutely need. And our energy so aligns well with this. It really, really does. It's like, okay. And Aries energy, it's always like, well, okay, you want to fight? I'm here. I got this. I can do this. And you can brilliantly. But you don't need to fight in that sense of I'm going to have a fight. It's going to be yelling, screaming, whatever. It's like, oh no, I'm stronger than you ever have imagined, than I ever imagined. And now I'm moving forward in that strength. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So it's really cool here. Oh, goodness. And I didn't do that, of course. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay. So what we start off here is adjustments are required, and they absolutely are. We are going to have to adjust the way that we saw things, the way that we thought things were going to move forward. Kind of we planted the harvest in one way, in a much more traditional way than the way that it's going to evolve within our lives. And so adjustments are required. And it has us saying, I also need to focus on me. I need to love myself. I need to see myself. I need to take time for myself because it's important. It is important. And the healing waters come down and we realize we haven't been reflecting on us. We've been reflecting on everything that needs to be done. Why? Because heck, you and your loved ones are safe is reversed. And this is at the end. This is through the lies. The lies have made it so that you don't feel safe. You don't feel secure. You don't feel like what you love is protected. And yet it is, okay? And there's tremendous growth out of this because it's like you grow because you need to grow. And you're like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm growing. I'm changing. I'm fierce. I'm stepping into this power. And it's also because the self-reflection, like reversed, we're not reflecting on ourselves as Saturn comes in and the moon are conjunct with, are in the stars of Aquarius. Self-reflection can be hard because we're seeing everything else. And it's like, well, the last thing I want to do is focus on me. And Spirit is saying, but that's the first thing you need to do. It's like, put your air mask on. In a plane, put your air mask on before you put the person next to you on. Take care of yourself. And then you can take care of everything, Aries. And it's not saying that you're going to have to fight. You might be saying, I'm not going through a fight. I'm not going through a tumultuous time in my life. But you are going through an evolutionary time in your life. You are evolving quite profoundly. And we are moving into the age of Aquarius. And those waters, they run deep. And it's forcing us right now, even though we don't want to, even though self-reflection is reversed, it's forcing us to look at ourselves. And we don't feel like prosperity lies ahead. And Spirit's like, well, why? Why don't you feel that way? What aren't we connecting with? What aren't we moving forward with? The sovereignty that comes forward is that queen energy, right? The Queen of Swords right here. That sense of, okay, I got this. Okay, you want battle? I got battle. That energy of knowing our mind and knowing our voice. The moon is saying to us, well, we're a little bit unsure. But communication is key. Talking to ourselves, saying what we really want, being open and honest with us, not anybody else. It's not about anybody else, but it's being open and honest with us because we are blossoming as we leave behind fear and pain and doubt, in that sense of like, I don't want to hear anymore. And we can really be saying, I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to be a part of this. And yet we're blossoming into a new romantic cycle in our lives, a new sense of love, a new sense of compassion, a new sense of beauty leading us forward. We're blossoming into ourselves. It's balancing the scales. It brings us to assessing things, looking at things and being like, okay, you know what I'm seeing? And with the sun reversed, with a sense of like the beauty taken away, a fiery climax approaches. No, it doesn't. It's like, I'm not going to handle this by being a bull in a china shop. I'm not going to handle this with fire and anger and destruction. I'm going to handle this in a very practical, very almost cutting kind of way. It's like, I'm going to be very practical. I'm going to be very, laser focused on what I want. And I'm assessing me to move me forward because I'm growing out of insecurity, out of chaos, out of feeling like what I had planted, what I had is being threatened. And now I'm protecting it with my roots. I'm protecting it with my very being. And I'm growing. I'm growing so much. This moon, it connects us with our spiritual selves. It really, really does. And what we're seeing here is rare and profound growth. Okay, the moon is all about how do I connect with my spiritual self. The sun in Virgo is all about our practical self, things running like clockwork, being very orderly, being very concise. And that's how we are on the inside. But we're also on the inside, these raging waters. Pisces is the most sensitive sign. And we can be overwhelmed by emotion, but we see here with the Nine of Swords reversed, it's like this emotion comes in and all of a sudden it hits us and knocks us off our equilibrium. It really does. And we can be overwhelmed by emotion. We can want to shut down. We can want to escape. We can want to become really rigid and really focus on rules and structure and, make it so that nothing has room to shift, and can't shift because of that. Or we can go towards addiction. It all depends on where we are in our personal journey. But what we're going to see here is that we start to grow. Like it sounds so cliche to say, in that sense of like we can run away or we stand our ground. We communicate with ourselves and with those around us, who are open to hearing this communication. And we start to blossom. We start to shine. And this moon, it makes us shine. And people are going to be like, well, Aries, how can you handle this? Or how can you come through this? And it's that Saturn conjunct the moon that is so powerful. Saturn, whatever Saturn is made up of, it is less dense than water. And this helps us to open up between the spiritual and the practical world. It helps us to move. And Saturn is the shaman of the inner self. And I love that. I love that energy of the shaman of the inner self coming forward. If we're not ready, yeah, we can shut down. We can shut out that shaman. But that's why Capricorn is represented by the devil in the major arcana, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. It's the devil if we don't listen to that shaman. But it is the shaman connecting with the earth, if we listen. And that is profound. The lunar nodes, the south lunar node is in Libra, the north lunar node is in Aries, all right? And this is that balance between love and fight and passion. How do we balance love? How do we have love harmonized? Because the new romantic cycle is starting. And a fiery climax, with the north lunar node being in Aries, we can be like, okay, I'm going to fight this. That's the head of the dragon, right? I'm going to be led by fight. And yet it's that fiery climax. It's reversed. I'm not going to be led by fight. I'm going to be led by my heart and my soul and myself, because the moon is Yod, which is also called the finger of fate, with Mars and with Venus. And in mythology, in Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Mars and Venus are lovers. They're not married because that was all arranged marriages, but Mars and Venus are lovers, and Venus is in Leo. And this is the braveness of our hearts. Can our hearts be brave? Right? That's the question for all of us. Can our hearts be brave? And in the night sky, we have the sun very close to the royal, the royal star of Regulus, and that's that's the heart of Leo, the heart of the lion. And we have Venus, near Hydra, which is the serpent, which is that sacred feminine energy coming forward. And so here, whereas can our hearts be brave? And with Mars in Libra, it's like, how can we have balance and passion? Because remember, our sister sign is Libra. Our sister sign, Aries, is Libra. So it can bring out the best or the worst in us. It can balance us and harmonize us, or make us want to just rail and say something needs to happen. So I'm going to make something happen because it's better than nothing. And that's not always the case. Sometimes we need to wait. Pluto is squared the lunar nodes, okay? And this is our karmic path coming forward. For the rest of 2023, our karmic path is coming forward. You know, prosperity lies ahead. It's reversed. We think we're going into the age of Aquarius. We think we're moving forward, and everything that we work for is broken. And that's not true. You know, it's just not true. We're learning how to stand in a different power of ourselves. And that's severely true. Pisces is the most egoless sign. So with this, you know, biggest, brightest moon of the year in the most egoless sign, it is asking us, you know, to shine a light on the disillusionment in our lives. It's saying, you know, this moon moving with the living waters of our world is shining a light on our disillusionment, on deceptions, you know, and we see that here. We see that with the Seven of Swords. And we are guided back to our hearts. That's why a new romantic cycle is opening. We're guided back to our hearts. We're falling back in love with ourselves as the waters come down, as we connect, as that shamanic energy comes into our lives and into ourselves. We are falling back in love with ourselves and realizing our fierceness, realizing our power, connecting with the crown chakra, putting that crown upon our heads. We can do the meditation of exhaling and letting all the tension, all the chaos just flow out of our bodies, return to the universe as golden light, as butterflies, you know, just leaving us, letting in new golden light, seeing a beautiful, beautiful box placed before us, carefully, gently opening that box, seeing the crown inside, and with reverent fingers, we reach in and take that crown out of its pristine box and put that most magnificent crown on our heads. We are crowning ourselves with glory, with commitment to ourselves and what we love and who we are, commitment to the earth. But we're crowning ourselves with the energy of the third eye as the crown rests over the third eye, with the ability to see and to be authoritative within our own existence. And let that energy of being crowned, of being royalty, of being power, connect with your being, connect with the oceans that run through your body, your blood, connect with the energy of this powerful, psychic, intuitive, emotional supermoon, blue moon, connecting with the rarity of fully seeing and realizing ourselves. Whenever you're ready, just exhale and smile with your power, smile with your grace. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the King of Swords reversed. It's, again, that manipulative energy. It's somebody taking that childlike energy and subconsciously in our heads, because we're not a child, right? We're coming through as the Queen of Swords. It's manipulating that. This could even have been a soulmate connection at one time. And you're looking at this person and you're like, I don't know you anymore. And what's more, I don't want to know you. And you're stepping into your power. You're stepping into yourself. And you're saying, okay. But you're also going to find that there's a sense of like, I have to step away from lies and other people's delusionment. I can't be ruled by it. Our subconscious spirit message is blossom. We have blossom coming in as a new romantic cycle starts, right? We're blossoming within ourselves. We are blossoming. Spirit is saying we are blossoming. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message. It's the Five of Cups reversed. We're moving forward and we're changing our minds. We're changing what we're looking at. It's rather reluctantly, we're kind of like moving forward, quick kicking and screaming almost at times. But there's a sense of, okay, it's changing. It's changing, and I wasn't quite ready for it to change. Or, this change now scares me because it could be exactly what we were fighting for, right? Exactly what we want. But it makes things a lot more real. So that's going to be a powerful thing. And it brings us to our subconscious. It brings us to our subconscious moon message, which is attraction. Your hard work is paying off. The energy that you are putting out is attracting exactly what your hard work wants, needs, and desires. Your hard work is paying off. You're fierce and you're powerful and you are prosperous and you're winning the battle. You are. So just be aware of this. Be aware it wasn't how you intended, and this supermoon comes out and it's like it kind of hits us right between the eyes, because that's just been the month of August. It's like hitting us right between the eyes, but it's powerful and it is golden. So know that. Absolutely embrace that, Aries. Okay. Well, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye.